some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with zero down. So check us out online at CalPacars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at SartorHeyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant. Need service? Call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. Is it on?
It's on. It's on.
I barely
Can't
can
hear it?
hear.
Well, that must be your headphones. We'll have to work on that in the break. But yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Welcome to 93.7 The Ticket. Let me switch headphones.
Yeah, go ahead. This is Bock and the Blackshirt as Terrell gets ready to go. And we got a fun show for you today. Of course, plenty going on in Husker sports this weekend as Nebraska basketball makes their trip out to Los Angeles, but also a lot of NFL combine I know you want to get to, Terrell.
All right, there we go. There we go. Welcome to
Bock.
Bock and the Blackshirt. It is Friday, the 27th, 2026, February 2026. And Bock, it is Good Sense Friday. We're going to talk about the combine. The combine is off and running. Players are running times that we haven't seen before. But Bob, first, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Have you had Waffle House before?
It has been a while, but I have had Waffle House before.
All right. I came across the article. It's going to seem very good, Bob. Waffle House has announced plans to bring floating restaurant locations to lakes across the southeastern U.S., serving boaters, anglers,
Oh, man.
waterfront communities, and much more.
Well, yeah, I was going to say the one problem with Waffle House is I don't know if there are many around here. I don't think this is going to help us. There aren't too many floating communities over here. But
What's your favorite thing at Waffle House, Bob?
like I said, I've probably only eaten there maybe a few times. But I don't know. I can't even remember. I probably just
Patty melt.
Patty melt.
Patty
That's
melt
the
is
way
the
to
best
roll.
one.
Where do you have your most of Waffle House experience?
In Atlanta.
Atlanta, yeah.
After the
That
club.
makes sense. Yeah.
3:00 in the morning.
Oh, okay. It's that type of.
Give me patty
That type
melts
of
and
food.
patty melts and smothered hash browns.
Yeah, can't go
All
wrong
right.
there.
But this concept will feature the classic menu and 24/7 service on a floating platform. You can get in by boat with initial planned sites planned in Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, and the Carolinas.
That is definitely a new thought here. You know, and obviously that could be kind of fun. I mean, it'd be different to see. I'm seeing like digital renditions
It's
of
like
it. Just looks like a Waffle House on the lake.
Yeah, it's more like Worlds of Fun when you have that not floating bar, but the swimming pool bar.
Yeah.
But it's just with boats.
But aren't you there? Well, I guess you're not, depending on where you're at. Because aren't you there to fish? Don't you just get your own food?
Well, you be out there all day, Bob. You probably gonna want something to eat. I mean, it'll stop you from taking a break.
Yeah. No, I think that would be interesting. Oh, maybe we can get one to come here at one of our lakes here in Lincoln. I doubt it.
Yeah. So, all right, Bob. U.S. women hockey team has privately accepted Flavor Flav Las Vegas gold medal party invite.
Flavor Flav's got a party?
Yeah. Now the women did decline the president because of some remark, but I don't know anything about that. But they're going to Flavor Flav's party.
I did not know Flavor Flav had residency there in at Las Vegas. Then
he probably don't.
He probably don't. But
he's
at least
throwing a party.
He's got a chance to get to a party.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair enough. Flavor Flav was reality TV star by the time I got to him, and it was a rapper before that. Of course, he's got his big clock on his neck and all that. But I don't know if I've heard from him in the last 10 years. So that's good to. It's good to get him back in the news.
The Flavor of Love. You remember that show?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Now, Bach, I got a question. Now, give me your example of. No. Let me stop right here. Let me go back. I see a lot of stuff on TikTok. Some fake, but the one I really been kind of puzzled by is this landing on the moon thing.
What's that?
Now they saying it's fake, Bob.
Oh yeah, there's always been the conspiracy of not landing on the moon.
So one guy was talking. He was like, "Yeah, we couldn't land on the moon. We didn't have air conditioners in our cars back then." So it makes me kind of wonder about what's really real and what's fake.
Well, it's fair enough. I mean, I'm not gonna say one way or the other, but there again, that's been one of the most argued, I suppose, or
because they asked the
conspiracy
man,
theories.
who's taking the picture? That was the first man on the moon. That's what they tried to say.
That's not a bad argument there.
Yeah.
Of course, the United States was on a race to the moon, competing with other world powers at the time. So there might be some incentive to fake it. So I don't know. I mean, the moon seems like a long ways away. There's certainly that. I was also fascinated because I kind of figured when I was a kid and I heard about the moon landing, I was like, oh, we went to the moon. Well, we probably go to the moon every other year then now. Why not? Just send more people up to the moon. Yeah. But no, they don't. They haven't been to the moon. I don't believe in, at least decades. I don't even remember the last time that we had a moon mission, which is fair enough too, because you get up there, you plant the flag. What else are you going to do? But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to. I mean, as of right now, I suppose I believe the moon landing was real.
It makes you wonder, Bob. It makes you wonder, though. How much stuff have we been lied to about?
Yeah, could be. There's a lot of that going on now. But I couldn't tell you whether or not that's a conspiracy theory. I mean, I can tell you it's a conspiracy theory. I just don't know if it was actually landing on the moon. I know it's tough to tell.
Good weather outside today, y'all. Take advantage of this weather because it's not going to last long. Supposed to have snow again Sunday, possibly. It's good today. Take your dogs out. You go for a walk. Treat yourself good today. Go for a walk. Get out, get some air, man. I'm waiting on fishing season so I could officially miss work while fishing. I'll go out to the lake. Can I broadcast from the lake out there one day, Bob?
You could. I'm not going to tell you no. You might have to ask. I know. Technically, I think we've done it before. Remember when Strick was here? We had him chime in from, I think it was the Atlantic Ocean at the time. So yeah, I mean, it could be possible.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, Bob. First, their defensive coordinator. Now, Warren Sapp in Colorado has parted ways after 3 years. Dion is losing everybody.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Again, Warren Sapp, I think, is most known for his time there of going around and kicking over the pylons more than anything. Obviously, it's a big name, as one of the best, most dominant defensive linemen ever. Again, does that translate to coaching necessarily? Argument that it did not, as Colorado did finish 3-9 last year. Of course, in his time there. They did have some success on offense with, the previous season. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. And this is kind of goes back to the discussion as it was happening from the beginning is, great players don't always make great coaches. They can. But a lot of times you'll even see kind of average, if you will, type of players, trying to coach that up. I always thought it was odd. I mean, Warren Sapp, even his haircut choice and stuff for being a coach was a little bit different. So, yeah, I mean, I guess this is not too much of a shocking into the Warren Sapp era in Colorado for me. But certainly, I mean, he's had some off the field incidents over the years as well. But we'll see. We'll see if his coaching career continues or that was just kind of a little stint to give it a shot. And now, see where he goes. Now, he wasn't, by the way, he wasn't their D-line coach. I mean, he wasn't a position coach. He's a senior quality control analyst in 2024. Last year, they had him as a pass rush coordinator. And again, I mean, I could go and look at the Colorado stats, go see how many sacks they had by the end of the year last year. But again, that's not completely falling on him, even as at that position.
Yeah. All right, Buck. Well, you lose some, you gain some. So, probably he's trying to get back to Miami, somewhere that he loves it. He probably misses seeing Michael Irvin on the sideline, and that probably made him want to go back to Miami and try to help them coach.
Well, so here it is, as their pass rush coordinator, Colorado had 13 sacks last year. That's not going to be very much.
Well,
2.5 was the most by any individual
I can tell
player.
you what, Bach, that's not just as bad as Nebraska, though. How many did we have?
I think Nebraska had like 21.
Okay.
I actually had that number, which still wasn't obviously great. But when you're 3-9 and that's part of the reason you're losing, that's not going to help in the argument either. Yeah, Nebraska had 22 last year. But similarly, they only had Javen Wright had 3. I think he had 2 in the bowl game to help lead the team in sacks. I mentioned this the other day, and I think it's worth mentioning again, is that Nebraska had not had a 30-plus sack season since the Bo Pelini era until Tony White came to town. And then in 2023, they had 32. And then in 2024 with Tony White, they had 30. This past year under Coach Butler, 22. And then again, you hadn't had 30 since 2014 with Bo Pelini. And you remember those teams, obviously led by their defense more often than not. Every year under Bo Pelini, you had 30 or more sacks, except for 2011 when they had 21. That was when Jared Crick got hurt for his senior season. But you look at 2014, 30, 2013, 39, 2012, 31, 2010, 31, Dominican Sue years, 2009, 44, 2008, 35. So, yeah, I mean, it's an element of the game. It's not everything, but certainly could help to get more of a pass rush. And they were talking about it. I mean, we listened to edge coaches Roy Manning, the edge coach the other day, and talking about whether you need to scheme it up or you've got the talent just to throw out there. You got to get to the quarterback. I mean, that's part of the game.
Well, watching the combine yesterday, Bach, I figured after watching those guys, we're far behind. Mm-hmm. We're light years behind some of these guys that I seen perform yesterday. But we'll talk about that later on in the show, Bach. Crowbait says, forecast says only an inch at most. Last time said a dusting. We got 5 to 7 inches.
Yeah, you never know. It's tough to predict the weather. I got to give him credit for that.
Yeah. Finally a good day, though, Bach. I've sat outside probably for at least 2 hours already today. I'm a patio type of guy. Sit out there, smoke my stogie, and just, relax.
Yeah, it is a good day to go out. Like I said last time, I've already taken advantage of getting some of my chores from around the house done, outside. And so maybe that'll be what I do tomorrow, a little bit more around my sports viewing enjoyment.
So the game tomorrow is not to what, 10?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
For the Nebraska men's game?
Yeah.
Yeah, not till 3 o'clock.
What game is at 10 o'clock, we said? Is that the next?
Oh, okay, yeah. That's UCLA. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That'll be on.
Is that's a weekday or is it Sunday?
Yep, that's a weekday.
Friday?
I think let me look it up because I don't want to get it wrong.
I think we play we'll talk about that.
It'll be Tuesday. So next Tuesday at 10 p.m. is when Nebraska and UCLA will tip off in Los Angeles. But this coming game is USC again, 3 o'clock on BTN.
All right, Bach, let's go to break. And when we come back, we'll talk Huskers basketball. We'll talk a little Huskers softball. The girls didn't make it yesterday, but we're going to try again today. 93.7 The Ticket, Bock The Blackshirt. We'll be right back.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Planet Fitness has everything you need anytime the motivation hits, so you can give everything you've got. With most clubs open 24 hours, you've got access to our best-in-class equipment to tackle early morning reps, late-night miles, and every workout in between. Join the club today and save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends February 27th. You ready? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket immediately after every Nebraska men's basketball game for 1 hour of post-game recap. The Nebraska Basketball Postgame Show is sponsored by Union Bank and Trust, John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, and the Lincoln Airport on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
You started your business to build something special. Now it's time to grow and protect it. At Pinnacle Bank, our treasury management services help you do just that. Through smarter payment technology, account administration, and fraud protection. So no matter the size of your business, you can get the most out of your financial operations. Request your free consultation at pinbank.com/consult. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
I'm Alfred Nobel, the inventor of dynamite. So the Nebraska Lottery has asked me to talk about the Cash Blast promotion. Until March 24th, buy a 2x2 ticket and get a voucher. Enter online for a chance to win a $5,000 or $500 weekly prize. If you're winning vouchers from a 7-day draw ticket, your prize is doubled. So when can I explode the dynamite?
No dynamite in the studio, Dr. Nobel.
Well, how about a cherry bomb?
No.
Sparkler?
Sorry.
2x2 top prize odds are 1 in 105,000.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Rick Heyman here from Starter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at SartorHeyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
You're listening to Bock in the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock in the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are powered by Bauer
Infrastructure,
Bauer
Underground,
Barrett.
Excavating.
I was asked before break, Farley, what is your stogie of choice? I had to look it up because it's been a long time, because I usually just go to the gas station and get me a little BLK. That's what I smoke now. But I used to smoke a Padron 1926.
Okay.
It cost about $30, Bob.
Yeah,
It
for
was-
just one cigar.
One cigar. It was
Yeah.
smooth. It was smooth. I liked it. Smooth, had just enough kick for it. Drank good with some coffee.
Yes,
But-
some coffee.
Yeah, coffee and a cigar. It was great taste. But I don't go to cigar bars anymore. I really just do it better at home than you could do it anywhere else.
Yeah, I don't even think I've ever bought a cigar, so I wonder. I have no clue about the prices, but
Oh yeah, you
they've
got
been given to
some.
me.
You got some that's up there, Bob. You got some that's dipped in gold. You got
Okay.
so many choices. You got small ones. You got fat ones. You got it also different cuts, different kind of cuts you have for it. But I'm not a cigar pro.
I'm not against it at all. It's kind of fun. We did that on the golf course, but I just noticed I think I taste a cigar for like the next, and it certainly smell like cigar for the next several hours afterwards. So, but if that's what you're looking for, then that's a way to go.
All right, Bob. Huskers lady softball lost a long one yesterday in the bottom of 11th, giving up a run and losing 2-1 to number 21 Oklahoma State in the Cowgirls softball stadium in Stillwater.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. Obviously, you'd rather win that one. It's a top 25 matchup, so kind of continuing the trend for Nebraska as they play all these difficult games. Alexis Jensen, unfortunately, gets credited with the loss in relief. She struck out 6 in 3 innings and only allowed 2 hits, but one of them being that walk-off fashion. Jordy Fromm started the game for Nebraska, allowed just 1 earned run on 7 hits and struck out 9 in 7 innings for her. Nebraska can still win this series, and if they win the next 2 against Okie State Saturday and Sunday, but they will play South Dakota and Tulsa here today before resuming that weekend series. And of course, Oklahoma State, again, being a top 25 is the one you want the most. So hopefully Nebraska can, at the very least, get one of those games, but hopefully win, take 2 in that series.
All right, Bob, who we see last night? Michigan State versus Purdue last night. Good game. So glad that Michigan State won because it knocks Purdue a game up under us. It gives us a chance to clinch the 2nd seed in the Big Ten tournament coming up next week. A week and about 2 weeks.
Yeah, Nebraska now tied with Michigan State and Illinois there at 13-4. Purdue falls to 12-5 in Big Ten play. So you've got a 3-way tie for 2nd. Of course, Michigan State, Nebraska did beat this year, so would have the tiebreaker there. I think it battled from there. Of course, Nebraska and Illinois split. The split would be decided by record versus common opponents. So I think Nebraska has that right now. We got at least their position that way in the standings. That could just be their overall record is better than Illinois as well. So I'm not exactly sure about that. We'll, of course, get more into that when it comes down to specific tiebreakers and situations here with the final couple games remaining. But, that's coming. When you have 3 games remaining, Nebraska, whatever the result, hopefully, right, beats USC tomorrow, then you should have more of an idea of where it is moving forward. Michigan, I think, can clinch tonight against Illinois. But of course, if Michigan does beat Illinois, that would knock them to 13-5. So there's some possibility. Other team that's 13-4. And by the way, just go through it real quick because Illinois has that game. They've also got Oregon and Maryland games that they would be expected to win. So you're definitely going to be cheering for Michigan tonight to clinch, which sounds kind of weird, but just for seeding wise, Illinois is going to be favored versus Oregon and Maryland. So you don't want to lose any ground there. Michigan State, again, 13-4 after the win against Purdue. They've still got Indiana, Rutgers, and they've got Michigan themselves at Michigan coming up toward the end. So obviously the best thing for Nebraska is to not lose another one, but Michigan State and Illinois both with some difficult games remaining. If Nebraska does lose another one, of course, Purdue could be waiting there at 12-5 if they take care of business down the stretch at Ohio State, at Northwestern, and Wisconsin. They could still jump Nebraska as well if Nebraska drops another one because they have the tiebreaker in the win scenario there. But so it is a very competitive. There's like 5 teams pretty much battling for 4 spots to get that triple bye in the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah, but when you talk about Illinois and Michigan who play tonight, this is the 9th top 10 matchup in men's hoop this February, and the lower seed has won 6 out of 8. And analytics have Illinois with a slight edge with a 52% chance to win.
Wow, against a team that was number 1 in the country, of course, before being knocked off by Duke. But it should be a good game. I mean, Illinois being the home team, that's a tough place to play. We know Brad Underwood's got that team up and going. I mean, these are 2 teams that easily could make Final Four runs. Again, all this reminded, with where the Big Ten is, there's all these teams, and you consider they're going to be fighting there and to try to get all the way. Remember, the Big Ten still hasn't won a national tournament since the year 2000. So that's been quite a long time. Somebody hopefully can break the streak this year. Those teams wouldn't be surprised me as one of those 2 teams.
All right, Bock. On to the women's side, Vanderbilt player, Michaela Blakes. She entered elite company last night, Bock. She is one of 5, Michaela Blake's 5th straight 30-point game versus top 25 team breaks Caitlin Clark 4-game streak.
Wow. Anytime you can top Caitlin Clark, it's a heck of an accomplishment. So yeah, good to shine some light on women's basketball and specifically Mrs. Blake's there as she gets that done. Just a sophomore at Vanderbilt, averaging almost 27 points per game. Might not surprise you with rattling off those numbers, but yeah, doing very well for the Commodores.
Yeah, good job. We love sports. I just like to talk about everything.
Yeah, it is crazy too, just going through her game log. I mean, she's got games of 35, 35, 34, 34, 37. These aren't all back to back, but the games I'm not mentioning in the 30s, she's at like 23, 27, 29. She had a 38-point performance, a 35-point performance earlier this year, another 35. That's a lot of numbers she's putting up there. So no surprise there. Like you said, considering the stat that she's been able to pull off. But you're looking at Vanderbilt too. They're top 5 in the nation, number 5.
All right, Bock. These are the top 10 men basketball arenas in the nation, college basketball.
Okay.
Who you think number 1 is?
It depends on how they're ranking it. I mean, this is historically or like kind of like new, kind of difficult.
Let's go. We'll go modern day.
Yeah, I mean, because you've got places that you want to get to. I don't know if
which one that you got off your head right now.
Well, I mean, again, I think you think of places like a Kansas and Allen Fieldhouse, but
Number one.
That's old. Is it number one?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I
Yeah,
kinda
I'm
get an
gonna get
idea
it
what
out
they're
you,
doing.
Bach. I'm gonna get it out you.
Well, I was
I'ma
trying to
get it
figure
out
out if you're looking for a modern arena, that's not necessarily going to be there. But you're looking for like history and
Well,
Bill Self
history,
winning.
whatever you want.
Yeah. Bill Self's won like I don't even know what the number is, like 40
number
plus
2,
Big
Bob.
Monday games.
Get it. You got it. Number 2.
Let's go with Duke.
You're right.
See there. we go.
Number
Not too
3,
bad.
they in the Big Ten.
The best Big Ten arena.
Yeah.
Indiana?
No.
No. Let's say I don't know who they'd have up there. Illinois.
No. Mackey Arena.
Okay, yeah, Purdue. That's not a bad
Yeah.
choice.
St. John's is number 4. Madison Square Garden, which is the New York Knicks, of course.
Can't go wrong there.
Number 5, Hilton Coliseum.
Okay. Iowa State.
Number 6, Bud Walton Arena,
Okay.
Arkansas.
We've got some upsets there. A top 25 team as it is.
Michigan State is number 7.
Tough place to win, that's for sure.
I'm thinking the Pit right here. I think this is North Carolina State. No, the Lobos, New Mexico.
Yeah. Any place you got called the Pit, it's going to be a tough place to win.
Number 9, Arizona.
Okay.
McHale Center.
Yeah. Been number 1 team for much of the year.
Number 10, United Supermarkets Arena, Texas Tech.
Okay. I might have poured some money into that. I'm not sure. I haven't been a while since I've seen that.
Hey, they probably did, Bob.
I'm sure.
But that's it, Bob.
Yeah, there we go. Would love to see PBA. PBA can't be too far. Might not be top 10, but maybe top 25 or something.
Yeah, I mean, I like PBA. I haven't been in it in a minute, but I probably already know I'm not going to watch a game there this year. But
you got one more chance.
You got one more chance, but I'm not going to stress it, Bob. I'm still going to listen to the men either way it go, or the women's when tournament time comes. But
yeah,
Nebraska will always be number 1 in our heart when it comes to wherever they play at.
That's right, and it is different. Obviously, it's been a long time since they were playing at Devaney, but that was more of kind of a college atmosphere and feel, and so sometimes it can go to preference. I know some fans still would have liked that old Devaney look, but by the time they were moving out of there, before they were refiguring it for volleyball, it looked like it had its years on it, right? And then Pinnacle Bank Arena, obviously, just as far as modern looks go, and the lights and the shows he can put on is less of a college feel, but very cool, kind of like a semi-pro type of feel.
All right, Bach, BetMGM has came out with their college national championship odds in basketball.
Okay.
All right. Ooh, I just missed it. I just turned it. Oh, here we go. All right. Michigan plus 375.
They got Michigan as the most likely to win, huh?
Duke plus 425.
Well, they just beat Michigan.
Plus 450 Arizona. Plus 950 Houston. Plus 1150 Florida. Plus 1,300 Iowa State. Plus 1,300 Illinois. Plus 1,500 UConn. Plus 2,500 Purdue. Plus 3,000 Kansas.
That must be the 10. I was hoping Nebraska would be on there at
Well,
some point.
Bach, sometimes Nebraska can't make every list.
Yeah, they don't make every list. But, I wouldn't be surprised to see Nebraska make a run. Again, and they said it somewhat jokingly earlier, but less jokingly here, they can't be too far outside of that top 10 list because obviously where they are in the rankings, they're number 12. But, it's one thing to obviously have this dream season and all the things that have happened. It's another thing to do the damn thing, do the whole thing, and win a national championship. But that's going to be what's fun is again, damn those rankings, right? Whatever it might be. Nebraska is a national title contender for college basketball for the first time in my life that I could say that.
But we talk about men's sports so much, but we forget about the women's side of it sometimes. When I look today, I didn't know UConn women was undefeated.
Yeah. And I think we get used to that too.
Yeah, I mean, we get used to it, but it slipped my mind the whole season.
Yeah, and they have been, obviously not as strong of a program as they were, a decade ago or so. But yeah, jumping back in the conversation, 29-0, undefeated. UCLA, of course, a lot of it probably the Big Ten attention. We all kind of focus on UCLA they've been up there all year long. But they do have one loss, the Bruins do. So they sit at 27-1, and their one loss, by the way, coming to Texas, who Texas is still in the top 5. So a lot of the same names, they'll still up there. South Carolina at number 3 at 27-2. Big Ten represented by Michigan and Iowa there in the top 10 as well. But yeah, I mean, it's a sport driven by UConn for women's sports, certainly. And then, the men's program has probably been the best of any program since the late 90s.
Well, when you look at that also, South Carolina women's, they clinched the SEC title. UCLA, they celebrate first outright league title. So, we're getting close to it, Bock, and this is when basketball gets good.
Yeah, and of course, Nebraska, if they're going to want to be in the mix, again, when we talk about women's basketball, hold off on national title conversations like we're having with Nebraska men's, but they're going to have to fight to make their way into the tournament. They were left off, I think, just out of the field before that victory against Washington. Of course, the step back from Britt Prince helped get the win there. Very important. It was first quad win for Nebraska. Now they've got Rutgers coming up tomorrow as well, so don't forget about that at 1 o'clock. Rutgers is 1-16 in league play, so this should be a good send-off for the seniors and able to get the win and better position Nebraska for the Big Ten tournament. Would finish with a win there, and again, you don't count your chickens before they hatch, but a loss there would make it pretty hard for Nebraska to get in. So in the conversation we're having, a win against Rutgers would finish Nebraska for 7-11 in Big Ten play and 18-11 overall. Still probably would like to get a win or two in the Big Ten tournament to make you feel better about getting to the big dance.
Yeah, still a long way back before tournament time. Got to handle your conference titles and bids first, but looking forward to seeing all that next week or a week or two come here on 93.7 The Ticket. Bock the Blackshirt will be right back.
I'm Alfred Nobel, the inventor of dynamite. So the Nebraska Lottery has asked me to talk about the Cash Blast promotion. Until March 24th, buy a 2x2 ticket and get a voucher. Enter online for a chance to win a $5,000 or $500 weekly prize. If you're winning vouchers from a 7-day draw ticket, your prize is doubled. So when can I explode the dynamite?
No dynamite in the studio, Dr. Nobel.
Well, how about a cherry bomb?
No.
Sparkler?
Sorry.
2x2 top prize odds are 1 in 105,000.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at GrazingGouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors and Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. Sink into a comfy chair, unwind with a complimentary drink, and let their master barbers handle the rest. It's not just grooming, it's an experience. Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, needing to get cleaned up before family comes to town, or just need a little time to yourself, Scissors and Scotch Lincoln delivers sharp style every time. Book now at Scissors and Scotch in Lincoln, just south of 30th and Yankee Hill Road.
When it comes to keeping your equipment running, you've got options at Landmark Implement. Whether you need premium John Deere parts or a more economical solution, A&I parts from Landmark deliver the dependable performance you can count on with cost savings up to 40%. From filters and bearings to belts and everyday repairs, A&I parts are built to work as hard as you do while helping stretch your budget further. Stop by your local Landmark Implement parts counter today or shop online anytime at shop.deere.com and experience the Landmark difference.
A lot of people in the summertime think, gee, I want to build a new home. By the time they go through the process of sitting down, getting the permits, and getting the home started, the home isn't done until January or February.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
I think the best time to start designing your new home is the month of February. Get an early start on it. Sit down, the snow's flying. Let's sit around the table. Let's drop some plans. When we're looking out for a homeowner, we're always keeping their budget in mind. Let's put numbers together and let's get that thing started so that the home's done in summer or fall before school starts. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and warm. An afternoon high near 71. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, below around 31. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and cooler. An afternoon high near 54. I'm meteorologist Kyle Bucket for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and right now at Koppel, we are offering big discounts on all of our inventory. 2026 GMC Terrains are leasing at $279 per month or buy for $27,690. 2026 Canyon is leasing for $269 or buy for $40,980. Also right now, all new Equinox EVs and all half-ton trucks are starting at $12,000 off MSRP. These are just a few examples of some of the aggressive pricing going on right now at Koppel. Please stop on in or check us out at koppelcars.com. All leases with $2,500 down with a roof credit.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Central and Western Nebraska, this one's for you. On March 7th, Love Nebraska brings the pro game to the Heartland Event Center in Grand Island for a 7 p.m. showdown with Love Salt Lake, presented by FNBO. No long drive, no watching from afar, just live action in your backyard, featuring powerful serves, high-flying attacks, and the kind of intensity that builds with every rally. This is your chance to experience Nebraska volleyball up close as the entire state comes together for one big night. Get your tickets now at lovbneb.com/tickets.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
You're listening to Bock in the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Bock in the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are on Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. All right, Bock. Nebraska men's baseball is all the way down in Auburn, Alabama to face the number 7 Auburn Tigers. All weekend games starting today, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, it'll be a big series for the Huskers, of course. Auburn is a good team, been in the College World Series as of late. In fact, they're a top 10 team as Nebraska heads there, like you said, to take them on. So, today's game starts at 6 o'clock. All these games can be seen on the ESPN or SEC Network Plus. So you're gonna have to get that. But yeah, a big opportunity for Nebraska, even to get one win. Obviously, would be big for their RPI and as such down the line. But if you can get a series win against a top 10 team, obviously, things to be going crazy here in Lincoln, and a good start and in that scheduling would certainly pay off as Nebraska, of course, has to schedule some difficult matchups early on before getting to Big Ten play.
All right, Bob. Ryan Hampton, a 5-star prospect in the 2027 cycle, will be visiting Lincoln in March to watch Nebraska play Iowa. This kid right here, 5-star. Fred is getting 5 stars in here, Bob.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do a whole lot better. He is, again, in the class of 2027, so will not have the pressure to commit right away or anything like that. He's got some other visits lined up with, I think, Ole Miss and SMU, teams like that, just before the Nebraska game against Iowa. So he's making his visits, and fair enough. Doesn't look like anybody has committed from that class. I think the top-ranked kid that committed was Javon Bardwell to Kansas at this point, but he's ranked like 21st. Again, Hampton at 3rd. So, I mean, you're going to be trying to fend off and fight everybody for him. Guys like that get the scholarships from just about everybody, but it's great to see. I mean, we've talked about some of these high-end players that are coming in for Nebraska in visiting, and that they've landed already. I mean, Nebraska's already got 2 top 100 kids coming in next year, and Colin Rice and Jacob Lanier. So the type of athlete, the type of basketball player that we're used to kind of coming into Lincoln might be changing. And obviously, I mean, if they could get Ryan Hampton, you would think that as a big game changer. Now, I know Nebraska fans might think back to, Bryce McGowan's, who's a 5-star, but he was a little bit further back in some of these rankings. I mean, this is kind of the who's who of even the 5 stars. So would be big, would be obviously huge for Nebraska too. There's going to be a lot of energy in that building. Looking to get revenge against Iowa on senior night. Will be a lot of fun. So hopefully he's in town for a good one.
All right, Bach, any news on you before we take it to break?
Yes, I've got to ask you about I know you're a big fan of Atlanta and some of the teams there. So I've got to ask you about a tribute night that they're having here. The Hawks plan a Magic City tribute night with lemon pepper wings to be included. Magic City is Atlanta's famed strip club, so they're having a strip club night. You've been there. Okay, good.
Several hundred times.
I needed to ask somebody that has some experience. Have you had the lemon pepper wings?
Yes, I did, Bach, and they're great.
They're better than the normal lemon pepper wings.
They're great, Bach.
All right. I still got more in this story, so just wait. The Hawks will be playing the Magic that night for Magic City night, so that makes some sense as well. They will also be bringing in Atlanta native T.I. to perform at halftime, and there will be a special live pregame recording of a podcast about the club and its impact it has had on music, culture, and sports. Now, a pause from the story. T.I. is also beefing with 50 Cent. Are you T.I. or 50 Cent on that team?
Team T.I.
Team T.I. Me too. I'm a big T.I. fan. From my days growing up, used to bump those in my subs.
Curtis doesn't play fair.
No, he feuds with everybody.
Yeah, but he 9 times out of 10 he ends up winning every battle he has against people.
Yeah, we'll see. T.I.'s son even getting in on that one. Yeah. So that's something to pay attention to. Back to the Magic City night for the Hawks. Yeah, let's get away from rap beefs and back to strip night with the Atlanta Hawks. Magic City will be serving 2 versions of the lemon pepper wings, their famous lemon pepper wings. One is named for former Hawks guard Lou Williams.
Lou Williams.
Lemon Pepper Lou.
Yep. He got in trouble about that, didn't he? He did something.
Yeah, so it was July of 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, COVID. He came out the bubble or something, didn't he?
He was granted an excused absence from the bubble to attend a funeral. That was the plan. But he was photographed at Magic City with rapper Jack Harlow, which resulted in a 10-day quarantine for violating health protocols. Remember those quarantines? Yeah. Oh, my goodness. But anyway, he defended his visit by saying he was simply picking up his favorite wings. He wasn't partying. He wasn't there for the girls.
Yeah,
he just wanted some lemon pepper wings.
Yeah, right.
They're that good.
Yeah, right. Why would you want to not have lemon wings? I mean, lemon pepper hot wings and somebody dancing in front of you.
You might as well enjoy the view while you're there. Yeah, I mean, I guess.
I got great stories about Magic City. When I first left Nebraska, I came back to Atlanta to work out, and met these Georgia Tech guys. We became good friends, hung out with these guys every day, Bach. And at one period of time, we probably went to Magic City every day.
For the wings.
just to go chill.
Just to hang out, yes.
We'll go. They got Bock. Just throw out the strip club part. They got great food in there.
Yes.
You know, go in there, have your steak dinner.
Okay.
While you watch somebody dance. I mean,
like some high class food here.
I wouldn't say high class. I mean,
I gotta look it up. I didn't know.
You're not gonna get a guy with a tuxedo walking around and bring you your soda. I mean, your food or something.
Not that high class. Okay.
But Bock, I met a lot of people in there. Natron Means.
Okay.
Remember him?
Yeah.
Running back, San Diego.
Sure.
Sitting beside him one night. It's dark in there. Yeah, Bock, man, this guy's, we just talking. Next thing you know, I look at, hey, you Natron Means. I was a college kid. Seen Puff Daddy there.
Okay, yeah.
I've seen a lot of people in there. I've seen, now this is another one. This one called the Pink Pony.
Oh, it's a different club.
This is another one. Now, I'm going to tell you who I seen in the Pink Pony.
This is in Atlanta too?
Yeah, this is Chester Bridge Road. So downtown Chester Bridge. I seen Ron Simmons and when they was BDP, what they was called?
Yeah.
Him and what was the guy he was tag team with?
JBL, Bradshaw.
Yeah, Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah.
I seen both.
Oh, John Bradshaw. Later,
yeah. I went to some Tattletales too. I've been there.
There's a few strip clubs down in Atlanta.
There's too many, Bob.
Oh, okay.
You got the rich one, then you got the lower class one.
And where does Magic City fit? It brings everybody in?
Magic City the Gold's Club used to be a good one. They closed that one down. It was investigated for a lot of stuff, but the Gold Club was in Buckhead. That was great. Magic City, that's a good one. Pink Pony. It's another one off the one Gucci Man talks about. I've been into that one. Then it's another one about you can go to Pleasers. That's $5. So different ones, Bock. Let's get
whatever your choice.
Let's get off this conversation before we get thrown off the air.
Yeah.
93.7 The Ticket. Bock in the Black Shirt. We'll talk Combine Talk when we come back here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Planet Fitness has everything you need anytime the motivation hits, so you can give everything you've got. With most clubs open 24 hours, you've got access to our best-in-class equipment to tackle early morning reps, late-night miles, and every workout in between. Join the club today and save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends February 27th. You ready? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations. For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
A lot of people in the summertime think, gee, I want to build a new home. By the time they go through the process of sitting down, getting the permits, and getting the home started, the home isn't done until January or February.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
I think the best time to start designing your new home is the month of February. Get an early start on it. Sit down. The snow's flying. Let's sit around the table. Let's drop some plans. When we're looking out for a homeowner, we're always keeping their budget in mind. Let's put numbers together. Let's get that thing started so that the home's done in summer or fall before school starts. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket immediately after every Nebraska men's basketball game for 1 hour of post-game recap. The Nebraska Basketball Postgame Show is sponsored by Union Bank and Trust, John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, and the Lincoln Airport on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors and Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. Sink into a comfy chair, unwind with a complimentary drink, and let their master barbers handle the rest. It's not just grooming, it's an experience. Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, needing to get cleaned up before family comes to town, or just need a little time to yourself, Scissors and Scotch Lincoln delivers sharp style every time. Book now at Scissors and Scotch in Lincoln, just south of 30th and Yankee Hill Road.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and warm. An afternoon high near 71. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, below around 31. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and cooler. An afternoon high near 54. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Most resolutions for the new year fail before January is even over. Why not resolve to just be a little bit cleaner in 2026? Nebraska Auto Detail is here for you. Now through March 30th, if you purchase a ceramic coating, you'll get a free interior detail. There's no better way to start your year than taking care of your car and decluttering the mess that it becomes so easily. Book your detail today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com or call Joe and the team at 402-601-5086.
Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. Join me on Saturday from the Galen Center in Los Angeles as 93.7 The Ticket covers Husker basketball's big road game at 3 p.m. versus Eric Musselman and the USC Trojans. I'll have pregame and postgame videos on the Ticket's social media pages, as well as commentary throughout the game. And I'll chime in for postgame beginning around 5 p.m. as well. Our coverage from Los Angeles is sponsored by the Lincoln Airport, Diode Technologies, Ben Bleicher of Professional Realty Group, a BHHS ambassador, and Scissors and Scotch Lincoln. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We're on Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got my good old friend. It's his birthday today. So could you give a big happy birthday to the captain, Rashawn Jackson? Happy birthday, Captain.
Happy birthday.
Oh, my gosh. You guys are too much, man. I appreciate you guys saying happy birthday to the old guy.
Yeah, man, 4 more years and you can eat the senior citizen meal at Denny's.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was looking at cars, and when it snowed that day and it melted, and I hit the ice, and so I had an old man moment. So I can't tell you I'm looking forward to that 55, Terrell.
Hey, man, how's the leg doing, Captain?
Oh, I'm back. I'm 100%, man. I can beat you running. I'm back.
So I guess you didn't learn your lesson. So
you're shooting hoops again?
No hoops. We're done. We retired from hoops.
Still retired. Okay, that's
I'm
good.
I'm only going to teach my grandsons how to shoot shots when they get a little older.
Now, Rashawn, you're a big advocate of rules in college football. They've been doing some rule changing or proposes to the rule changes. I want you to listen to this one, Captain. This rule right here is being proposed. It's called the leg covering rule. It's going to be legs covered from top of shoes to the bottom of pants. No more rolled up pants.
Who cares?
And players who violate the rules will have to leave the game for one play and wouldn't be able to return to their pants or in compliance with the new requirement. A warning will be issued for the first violation, followed by a 5-yard penalty for the second offense and a 15-yard penalty for each following violations of uniform.
They want to protect their assets, man. They want to protect their assets. All those guys running around there with their knees exposed. They got no pads in their thigh pads, no knee pads, and all that stuff. Then when they get hurt, what happens? The team hurts. So I think they're protecting their assets with that rule.
Yeah. A lot of other things are going on in college football. You got a lot of guys taking schools. You got a lot of guys taking the NCAA to court over eligibility. Is this a mistake from probably COVID time, or how could they get through this?
First of all, when you allow the courts into college football to be able to dictate and make rules and do this and do that, I think you made a bad precedent in doing that. So now the athletes as well as the institutions know that they can use litigation to be able to stop things and start things. And I just think it's bad for football. It's not a good look. And turn that off. Sorry about that. It's not a good look for football. I think at the end of the day, the more rules you put in football, the slower football is going to get. And I like the rule of wearing all pads because it keeps you safe, and I think the collisions can be better. But you said something to me earlier about the mouthpiece rule.
They're still going over it, trying to figure it out. They haven't said a little thing about it, but I think they're going to take away the dangling mouthpieces.
They should take the dangling. What? Tell me what the purpose is. Besides some clown like using the mouthpiece like his tongue is hanging out. So what's the purpose of it? It has no bearings on the football game. Matter of fact, I think it'll hurt you because that thing flopping around could be a distraction, whether you're a receiver. And some of these guys who think they are on an elite level, they see those elite players doing that. Well, they've done it. They're professionals. They're elite for a reason. But the rest of the guys, I don't think they should be doing that. I think they should be focused on playing football. And here, let me just put icing on this cake. If you are 7 in anything or worse, you should never have anybody on your team with your mouthpiece hanging.
I got to ask you, too, there's been a lot of change in Husker football since we've last talked. Of course, the doctor no longer in town, Dylan Raiola. How would you describe his time here at Nebraska? Was it a success? Was it a step up? I mean, what do you think?
It wasn't. Of course, it wasn't a success. It took us 2 steps back because now I don't care what you say. You don't have a starting quarterback. You don't. Who's the starting quarterback?
Well, they went to the portal to get Anthony Calandra.
Who's the starting quarterback?
Calandra would be my answer.
Who is you don't know who the starting quarterback is. Y'all going because they went and got him out of the transfer portal. But until we see what he's doing, on Saturday and it's spring game and all that stuff, we really don't know. And we hope to have a legit spring game so that we can get some competition going. Listen, the Dylan Raiola era is over. I'm glad for it. Why? Because you had a guy and his family who basically took over Nebraska football. And they basically had Coach Rule in a headlock. Why he let him put him in the headlock, I don't know, but he allowed it. So to get rid of some guys here's the problem with Nebraska football players, ladies and gentlemen. They feel entitled because you're paying them $15, $25, $200,000 a game. So these guys are feeling entitled, and they haven't done squat. So until you get a team that's actually doing something, you should never go out and look for the Dylan Riolas that wants to come in and look the part. He wants to look the part, but don't want to put the work in to be the part. And I'm not knocking him because it's not just his fault. And I think he's going to a better place as far as Oregon goes, where they'll develop him, and he'll probably be sensational. But you had no development at the University of Nebraska in your quarterback's room. You had no development at the University of Nebraska in your receivers room. You had minimum development in the offensive lineman room. Your running backs, say what you will. And let me I got to say this to Coach Dana Holgerson. I think you're dead wrong when you try to compare who's the guy? And I like him.
Mekhi Nelson?
Yeah, when he tried to compare Mekhi Nelson and say Mekhi Nelson can do some stuff that Emmett Johnson can't do, I don't know. As to justification as to why you didn't go get a running back, you don't have a running back, do you?
Well, that's the name again, Mekhi Nelson or Mosey. Yeah, not a veteran, that's for sure.
My point is, when the chips are on, we know that Emmett Johnson is going to make some people miss. Mm. Right? We know Emmett Johnson is going to do something spectacular. If the hole's not big enough to run a truck through, now what are you going to do? If you got to make somebody miss in the backfield, what are you going to do? See, he was not only agile to make those moves and to make people miss, but he had a different gear about himself. He never let one man take him down. And I don't know if you got that right now. They've got a lot of stuff to prove on that Nebraska offensive side of the ball.
Talking about spring game has sold 10,000 tickets already. They're going to play the spring game at the end of March, something Nebraska probably haven't done and probably forever.
What do you think about the early practice schedule, all that?
I mean, I think the early practice schedule is because they know that they can't put up another season like they put up the last 3 years. I think they know that they can't. They're staring the worst schedule that Matt Rule has seen in his tenure at Nebraska in the face. So you probably better get out there early, and you probably want to wait till late so that you can make sure it's a good practice on a good day, March 29th or whatever day it is. So I like the fact that they're doing some things physically that we can actually see that says, hey, we want to get better. So if they're practicing early, I think that's a good thing because they know they got problems. They got issues. Listen, Nebraska's got holes to fix, and they better fix it pretty quick because I can tell you this, the way this time has been flying, we will be back in season 2026 before you know it.
Yeah, it'd definitely be interesting. A lot of pressure like you're kind of talking about. Do you like the coaching staff moves in the offseason? A lot of changes. Obviously, defensive coordinator, offensive line, special teams has kind of become its own soap opera. What are your feelings about the new staff and here in the fourth year for Matt Rule?
You anytime you have turnover in anything, there's no consistency. Mm. So it doesn't matter who you bring in, unless you bring in, as you used to say 5-6 years ago, unless you bring in Urban Meyer, unless you bring in a name that's proven, that knows how to put teams together, and they know how to coach, and they know how to build the right culture, not say the culture, but build the culture. The culture cannot be built around money. It can't be built around NIL. The culture has to be built around. The culture has to be built around. Somebody just came to my office, so hold on, I lost my train of thought. But the culture of Nebraska football has to be built around the people that are in that locker room, and you got to build it. It's not going to be built overnight. But as far as me when I look at Nebraska football and I look at this coaching turnover, I look at it the same way when I used to talk about the player turnover. For the last 5 years, we've had 15 to 25 players leave the University of Nebraska that we recruited, that we invested recruiting dollars into, that we invested NIL dollars, time, everything into, just not to get the guy. So or to get him, and then he leaves our institution. So you invested, and then they left. That's not a good look in the grand scheme of things. And I hope that this coaching staff that he's put together this year is the last coaching staff that he puts together, and he can win with them. Because if I can tell you this right now, if there's more than one coach leaving for anything other than he found a better job, Nebraska football is doomed.
All right, Nebraska basketball has been saving us right here at the Ticket, man. A lot of great games. VJ, what you think about their postseason threat that Nebraska is on a tear right now in basketball?
I mean, Nebraska basketball is what Nebraska football should look like. And shout out to the Nebraska basketball team, to Coach Hoiberg. I just think that they'll go if they have some guys come off the bench and really go crazy. That's how they're going to go deep. I don't know if Nebraska mentally is strong enough to go deep into the playoffs and win the thing just yet. But if some of those younger guys step up to the plate and you get some 10 and 12s from some of those guys that they're not used to getting big points from or big minutes from, big rebounds from, big assists from, I think they'll have an opportunity to maybe go deep.
But of course, we've covered this team for years. It's the best position they've been in. How much do you believe this is kind of here to stay? Maybe not as dominant as Nebraska was this year, but just in general, Fred Hoiberg in the program moving forward, they're bringing in some big-time recruits as well.
Yeah, I think Fred's done a good job, though. Once you get Terrell, you're a fisherman. Once you find a honey hole on the fish, there's no reason to have somebody tell you, hey, you want to go around the corner so they can get your honey spot. So, I think Coach Hoiberg knows as far as this year goes, he's been there long enough. Whatever he did this year, as long as he duplicates it, just like Indiana, as long as he duplicates that over and over again, I really and truly feel like that he's got the formula to be there for a long time. Now it's going to be what is going to get him across the finish line to actually win this thing.
All right, Captain, what you going to do on your birthday today, man? You got a lot planned today?
I'm working on my birthday today, Terrell Farley. I'm working.
Okay, you got to celebrate.
You got me. I got customers staring at me while I'm on the radio. Like, who in the heck is this guy? See, before I was just a used car salesman. Now they want to know, who the heck am I? Thanks a lot, Terrell.
All right, Captain, man, we appreciate you for joining us, man. Have a wonderful birthday, man. And me and Bock will see you probably soon, man.
Terrell, thanks for thinking of me. Bock, it's always good to hear your voice. And 93.7, the Ticket is the reason for the season. Go Big Red.
All right, Captain, have a good one, man.
Bye.
There he goes.
All right, y'all. That was the one and only Captain Rashawn Jackson. Everybody wish him happy birthday as he celebrates his B-Day here with Bock and the Blackshirt on 93.7 The Ticket.
Planet Fitness has everything you need anytime the motivation hits, so you can give everything you've got. With most clubs open 24 hours, you've got access to our best-in-class equipment to tackle early morning reps, late-night miles, and every workout in between. Join the club today and save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends February 27th. You ready? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors and Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. Sink into a comfy chair, unwind with a complimentary drink, and let their master barbers handle the rest. It's not just grooming, it's an experience. Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, needing to get cleaned up before family comes to town, or just need a little time to yourself, Scissors and Scotch Lincoln delivers sharp style every time. Book now at Scissors and Scotch in Lincoln, just south of 30th and Yankee Hill Road.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and warm. Afternoon high near 71. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, below around 31. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and cooler. The afternoon high near 54. I'm meteorologist Kyle Pluckett for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tomorrow is about the lessons we learn today. A farmer's market teaches us that community is grown together. Kids laughing shows us how joy is easy. And coffee on the porch reminds us to savor every moment. These are the lessons that shape a tomorrow we all share. One filled with trust, good company, and wide open dreams. That's the way banking should be. And that's Pinnacle Bank. Member FDIC.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com. For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
If you become ill or injured at work and need an experienced attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court, protect your rights and freedom to get you the best possible results for your case, and the justice you deserve. Trust your rights and freedom to Liberty Law Group. Attorneys serving Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket immediately after every Nebraska men's basketball game for 1 hour of post-game recap. The Nebraska Basketball Postgame Show is sponsored by Union Bank and Trust, John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, and the Lincoln Airport on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We're on Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. Great conversation with the captain, Bock.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to hear from him on his birthday of all days.
All right, Bock. I'm trying to find it. All right, Bock. We already know what we want to talk about. Bock, I seen a thing on X that they was talking about kids and tape.
Yeah, get your tape ready for college coaches. Yeah,
They said that some of these kids have learned to use AI generated videos to help with their recruiting.
Yeah, I saw the same thing. I saw that tweet, and it came along with a AI generated film, and it's tough to tell. I mean, it looks like just a normal film. So, a touchdown pass caught in the end zone, kind of from a distance type of view. It would be hard to tell. Obviously, you try to get close into it. Still, I think sometimes AI you're able to spot it, but especially just kind of sitting there going through film all the time, it might be tough to see that. So it's you're gonna have to scout. You're gonna have to go to the games.
I found it, Bob, because now this will completely shake up the college football. I mean, now you have to go live because you can't. I'm not saying you can't trust a kid, but if you figure out how to use AI to fabricate fake highlight plays, there's no telling what you'll do next.
Well, it's just another hurdle, right? It's just dumb stuff that you have to work with. I mean, if you look at a guy's stats and see he's got 6 touchdowns and he's got 12 on his highlight tape, then you're gonna have to question that. So it is. It's just gonna make you go through an additional few minutes to make sure that it's not AI generated. I mean, I don't even know how to go through it, but so. Man, there's a lot that we can do with AI. I know Colin Cowherd just has some that's some feature he did today where it's taken the data over from him over the years and is able to kind of spit out some of his traditional sayings if you really ask it one question or the other. And so, AI is definitely going to change the world. That's a thing that we're all embracing for. How do we overcome these obstacles that are going to come with it are the next questions. But specifically when it hits the sports world and you get to tape being messed up, and of course huddled down the road here from where we are at 10th and O Street or 11th and O Street they're gonna have to do some work to try to make sure everything's is on the up and up. So it's a new world and a new problem.
Yeah, that's crazy, Bob. This is a crazy thing when you can. That's why I'm glad we didn't have all this stuff back when I went to school.
How big was tape back for your days? Did you collect your own tape and send it out, or your coach did?
I guess my coach did. I just play.
Didn't really happen for you, huh?
I just play.
Yeah.
you let your play talk, and it'll echo around the world if you're that good, if you're good enough.
Yeah, of course, your stats and showing up in the highlights in the headlines of the paper back in the day certainly would help with that. And then again, that was it's kind of funny to kind of go a little bit full circle here, at least. A time before tape was readily available, and then again with Huddle and the internet kind of exploding, and now everybody's able to get a lot of film out there. Anybody can, take your cell phone down and record something that you're doing down the street. You can put it online, obviously. So now that's easier. Now it's just it's on the opposite end of the spectrum with the problem of trying to decide if this is real. Now it might have to go, like you're saying, back to the old ways of just going and scouting somebody. Of course, coaches do that too, and a lot of time are able to talk and want to make sure they're the right fit and family fit and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know if it's as big of a problem as it sounds from the outside now, but it can be for certain situations. I mean, we've heard of guys that commit without ever coming to Lincoln or visiting or anything like that. I wonder how often that happens in the reverse way, where you're in a tough situation, you got an extra scholarship, you don't have time for an at-home visit. You just go based off the tape and go ahead and offer it.
All right, Bock, let's jump to the combine, man. Bock, when we look at guys that are at the combine, and we talk about this so much, is that most of these guys are developed when they get to the combine. Now, when we talk about how fast and everything these guys are about, these guys are amazing. I'm trying to find some of the times. Now,
so the defensive backs and tight ends are running today, so defensive backs are
so
kind of taking some of those top
D-tackle
games.
and linebackers. They were yesterday.
Yeah.
Let me see what group I can. How do you change it to the 40? Top performers. 40. All right, Bob. They ran the 40 yesterday. When we talk about 40-wise, let's talk about linebackers, D tackles. These guys, Bob, you have any time? Let me see. All right, now, I'm trying to find, okay, linebackers.
Trying to go through the list here.
Sonny Styles, 4.46.
Yeah, one top linebackers out of Ohio State.
Anthony Hill Jr., 4.51. Kyle Lewis, 4.53. I'm trying to see Jacob Rodriguez, who's everybody's high on everybody's list.
Sure.
4.57.
Still 4.5 speed. I think for a linebacker is pretty darn good. You'll take that.
Now, D tackles ran yesterday. Zan Durant, Penn State, 4.75. 37 reps on 225.
That's
Caleb,
big for 290, by the way. I know people remember him from playing Zane Durant.
Yeah. Let's go D-ends, Bob. D-ends. Avril Reese, Ohio State edge rusher.
Yep.
4.46.
Coming off the edge. It's
Coming off
rusher.
the edge, Bob.
That's a 4.4 speed from the edge position. Yikes.
David Bailey, Texas A&M, 4.5 flat.
Yeah, and that's a lot of speed. But I don't know if did you see his change of direction drill?
Yeah, I did.
That
Bob.
hasn't been going on. He was slipping all over the place on that one.
Yeah.
And he's expected to be a top 5 pick.
Yeah. I think I'm not worried about the change of direction thing. That's we can work on that. But the main stuff he did was great. Let's go to the bench press, Bob. Let's go D tackles first. David Gusta, Kentucky, 37.
Leader of the group.
That's D tackle. D end, Gabe Jacobs, 30.
Yep, from Illinois.
Yeah. Let's go linebackers. Joshua Trotter, 27.
Yep, from Missouri.
Yeah, Bach, you know all these guys?
I just got the list in front of me too.
Anthony Hill, 21.
Yeah, that's more on the lower end.
I'm not worried about that part. But let's look at some vertical. Sonny Styles, 43.5. Good Lord.
That's definitely an athlete out there.
Caleb Orr, 40. Kyle Lewis, 39. These guys, Jacob Rodriguez, 38.5. Wow, these guys are doing it.
Do you remember your numbers on these things?
No, I didn't run there.
Yeah,
okay. I took the easy way out.
Okay.
I was back on the plane later on that day.
You just did interviews, right?
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. Did interviews, and that was it. But these are the type of guys we need here, Bob.
Yeah, obviously you need to get more guys to the combine if you're Nebraska. They will. I mean, we'll see. Deshaun Singleton, among defensive backs, he should be putting out numbers today. He did speak a little bit kind of through some of his interviews. There's talk about, kind of what went wrong at Nebraska. He felt bad for the final games and how it ended and all that. But that's understandable. Obviously, I think everybody on the football team was not happy how it ended, especially defensively, going out there against Utah and specifically the Penn State and Iowa game. So we'll see, but he's got his opportunity to make his mark as a defensive back today. We mentioned it earlier that Saturday will be the big day for the skill positions on the offensive side of the ball. And of course that features, includes, running backs, which Emmett Johnson will be participating in, quarterbacks and wide receivers as well tomorrow. So tomorrow will be kind of the big day as far as the big names that people are looking out for, but we're starting to get more data on the defensive backs and what they're doing. I haven't seen anything yet as far as Deshaun Singleton, but we'll let you know if it comes up.
Dalen Everett, 4.38.
There we go. First post 4.3, first 4.3, I should say, today.
Yeah, I was trying to see what Pond ran, but they don't have it on there. Let's see if the safeties they ran yet. Nope, no data yet on safeties.
Okay. Chris Johnson, another one, San Diego State, of course, coming from the Rob Orge defense, ran a 4.43, so I'll have to see where he goes.
All right. What else you got, Bob?
Well, again, it'll be fun to watch the combine. So pay attention to that, and we'll continue to follow that as well. And talk about it on Monday when we get back. One thing that I think was interesting coming out of there, Diego Pavia was asked about his maturity and where that is. Obviously in question after the Heisman Trophy ceremony and didn't quite win that one. He said, Coach Lee always pressed that your frontal lobe isn't fully developed till you're 25, and I just turned 24, so I've got like 365 days to go. So a little bit of humor in his response there, and maybe, as with a lot of humor, a little bit of truth there. Do you think that's a good response from Diego Pavia on maybe questions on his maturity? Going to science, the scientific route.
If he say so. He need to be worried about the scientific height of himself.
Yeah, he does not going to test out. We'll see how he tests out, I should say. But height-wise, it's not going to be the best. Also in college football, Kenny Dillingham, of course, remember the Arizona State head coach, went basically viral for a couple months ago, talking about how they need to get the biggest businesses in Phoenix and the surrounding area included on Arizona State, and said they got a lot of donors around there. They need some help. Well, his answer was called. They landed a major donor, and after that call, they have a $20 billion for $20 million. They're building a new indoor facility. So Kenny Dillingham doing his best job. We've seen coaches across the country, of course, Matt Rule included, asking for more money, finding different ways to try to ask and try to get there. Kenny Dillingham found a way to make it work. Of course, part of that is it always helps when you win.
All right, Bob. President Trump is hosting a roundtable on issues facing college sports. He will meet with Nick Saban, Tiger Woods, Tim Tebow, Cody Campbell, and the Big 12, Big 10, SEC, and ACC commissioners, and Notre Dame.
Yeah, it's kind of a big group of folks, very powerful in the discussion. They're trying to find a way to fix college sports the best that they can. Of course, it is in quite a messy situation, so you're looking for some help. We'll see how it turns out. I mean, you got a lot of, like you said, a lot of the bright names and brains in our sport going to be working toward it. And then, just names from all over the place. I mean, Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, will be there. Charlie Ward, who played in the NBA and also college football as a Heisman Trophy winner, will be there. Tim Tebow, another Heisman Trophy winner. You got Nick Saban and Mac Brown and Urban Meyer there, as well as Texas Tech super boaster Cody Campbell, who you mentioned. So, I mean, we'll see. They're going to meet March 6th at the White House. How much can be done in one quick meeting? You wonder, but maybe they can kind of start to get things going and maybe start. We talk about these guardrails that need to happen. We talk about, specifically college football needing a commissioner. And then I think what's always been more so interesting to me is college football, obviously, is the straw that stirs the drink in general, the program that brings in all the money for a lot of the other programs is to see as we get further and closer to somewhat of a pro sports model in college football, how to continue. And if you do the kind of the traditional way of continuing that to help, with your other sports, or do you break it off and have it kind of be in its own thing? A lot of different talking points to be had there. We'll see if they can get anything done or again, more likely than getting laws but more, probably more than anything, just getting some initial goals and directions to be pointed to.
All right, Bob, let's go to break, and when we come back, we'll end the show. But we're going to talk about some NFL grades before we give it over to Austin and Jay Foreman for Old School. 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Just got the brakes fixed on my car today.
You did? You haven't even left the office.
I didn't need to. I got a guy who picks up my car and drops it off when it's done.
Well, who's your guy?
Graham Tire. They have pickup and delivery service at all 5 of their Lincoln locations.
Schedule your service online on the Pickup and Delivery tab at GrahamTireLincoln.com. That's GrahamTireLincoln.com. Let us do the running. Some limitations apply. See store for details.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Tomorrow is about the lessons we learn today. A farmer's market teaches us that community is grown together. Kids laughing shows us how joy is easy. And coffee on the porch reminds us to savor every moment. These are the lessons that shape a tomorrow we all share. One filled with trust, good company, and wide open dreams. That's the way banking should be. And that's Pinnacle Bank. Member FDIC.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket immediately after every Nebraska men's basketball game for 1 hour of post-game recap. The Nebraska Basketball Postgame Show is sponsored by Union Bank and Trust, John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, and the Lincoln Airport on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
Let's fly. Your next trip starts at Lincoln Airport with American Airlines. Now flying nonstop service to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago. American Airlines connects Lincoln to major hubs and destinations around the globe. Wherever you're headed, LNK gets you there with new nonstop flights on American Airlines.
Now boarding.
Convenient, fast, and stress-free. Book your next flight at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Husker Nation, your perfect softball plan is here. With the flexible Husker softball on deck deal, you choose the action. For just $38, pick any 4 games plus 1 from the Can't Miss Iowa series. Build your own schedule, catch your favorite matchups, and cheer on the Huskers your way all season long. But don't wait, these mini plans won't last. Visit huskers.com/tickets and make your own mini plan today. Go Big Red.
A lot of people in the summertime think, gee, I want to build a new home. By the time they go through the process of sitting down, getting the permits, and getting the home started, the home isn't done until January or February.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
I think the best time to start designing your new home is the month of February. Get an early start on it. Sit down, the snow's flying. Let's sit around the table. Let's drop some plans. When we're looking out for a homeowner, we're always keeping their budget in mind. Let's put numbers together. Let's get that thing started so that the home's done in summer or fall before school starts. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
If you become ill or injured at work and need an experienced attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court, protect your rights and freedom to get you the best possible results for your case and the justice you deserve. Trust your rights and freedom to Liberty Law Group. Attorneys serving Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Here on 93.7 The Ticket. We're up to the last segment, Bock. Are you ready for the weekend, Bock?
Yes, I'm definitely ready for the weekend. It's a good time to get here. Like you said, earlier in the show, it's going to be nice outside. We've got Husker basketball to look forward to. Of course, I got a WWE show on Sunday. We've got a WWE Premium Live Event, Elimination Chamber coming up, so it should be a fun one.
All right, Bock. Let's go to what the NFL have. They have some kind of ranking or grade system.
Yeah, the NFLPA put out their report.
A lot of
here.
them.
Yeah. Every team is graded on several different things, from treatment of families to weight room, home game field, team travel, coaches, all that sort of stuff.
All right, Bock, let me find one right quick. My first one. All right, this is the NFLPA just report card rankings.
Yeah.
Dolphins won? For what?
Dolphins number one.
They're terrible.
Well, apparently this is, again, coming from the players inside on the team. This probably has less to do with wins and losses than it does just maybe treatment or kind of feelings altogether. You look at it, you go up and down their card, a lot of nothing but A's and B's, and that gets them at number one. So like treatment of families, they're B+, home game field, A-, food and dining area, A, nutritionist, dietitian, A-. They've got A's across the board, even with from A- to A+ for locker room, training staff, weight room, strength coach, position coach, OC, DC, a team travel, general manager, and team ownership. The only B's they got coming up, special teams coordinator and head coach. And of course, this was for last year's team, because they collected this data from November 2nd to December 11th. So keep that in mind as you're kind of going through it, because the Dolphins, while they are number one here and their coaching staff ranked highly, ultimately the GM that they ranked pretty highly did not think as much. And in this case, the owner didn't think as much as they had to get a new GM and coach. So, yeah, kind of interesting, and can see it and keep that in mind as we're going through these rankings. Even though they ranked number 1 overall, did not save their general manager, who was given an A- at the time, or head coach, who was given a B.
Yeah, how did Dallas do?
Let's see if I can find the Cowboys here. The Cowboys came in at 22nd in the NFL. Not great. A- for head coach, A for offensive coordinator, A- for both weight room and strength coaches. But some of their lower end rankings come from training room, which is a D. The home game field was given a C. Training staff given a C. Team travel and defensive coordinator all ranked with a C. And it is very interesting when you look at some of these top teams in the rankings compared to what you see in the standings. It's a little bit not, opposite of what you would think in some of the cases, right? So we mentioned the Dolphins ended up first in the total rankings. The Vikings were second. And again, the Vikings had a very good year 2 years ago, but not so much this past year. Same thing could be said for the third ranked team, which is the Commanders. Again, 2 years ago, great. Last year, not as much. The Seahawks came in fourth. They're obviously Super Bowl champions, and the Jaguars fifth altogether. On the other side of that, you look at the worst run NFL franchise. That, again, at least according to the NFLPA in these rankings, the Pittsburgh Steelers of all teams come in at 32nd, which I think is a surprise to many. They're one of the who's who of NFL franchises historically, but they've got Fs or F minuses in several categories, including treatment of families and F. This is from the players again. Home game field, F minus. Locker room, F minus. Team travel, F. Again, you can give you in these own rankings, these players could give them a D. You can go to a C, but they're going to F for these rankings. Their best ranking, or among them, it was their head coach. They gave him an A, Mike Tomlin, and now he's out, of course. So even that is probably, I don't know. I mean, maybe they like the new head coach just as much, but even, so that's questionable. Other teams near the bottom, Cleveland Browns come in at 30th. And of course, my Cardinals come in at 31st. Not a good look for them either.
Yeah. Bob, 5'8" cornerback. D'Angelo Pons from Cincinnati. From Indiana.
Yes.
5'8".
Not very tall.
43.5 in the vertical. Are we putting steroids in their mom when these kids are pregnant? Because these kids are, Buck, I thought a 36 was good.
It used to be kind of one of the standard numbers, right?
Yeah. These guys are jumping 43.5 now.
Well, he's got to do something because, like you said, he's so small. How does he compete with all these guys? And he did all year, even including the national title game. He's one of those guys that wasn't highly recruited coming out. One of the transfers that came over, with Coach Cignetti from James Madison, and now look at him. Was able to come out. Could have came back for another year, but he's going to be a highly picked corner and showing out so far. That's the lead so far for the vert jump.
All right, Bob. Cole Payton, former West Side and North Dakota State quarterback, gave a shout out to the level of high school football in Omaha at the football combine, NFL combine.
Well, it's good to get that. And again, we're starting to get some of those reports or talks coming from there. I know Emmett Johnson just kind of talked. There was a question about him and, whether he's too small. And he talked about how many, broken tackles he had and all that. But yeah, no, that's good. I mean, Cole Payton obviously did play at Westside in his high school days. Went on to North Dakota State, was a two-time FCS national champion there. Made second team all conference last season. And we'll see what that means for him moving forward in the NFL draft. Now, he did have an opportunity to come here as a walk-on for Nebraska back when walk-ons were a thing. But chose to go to North Dakota State instead, and I think that's worked out for him.
All right, Bach, any more news from you?
Probably got a few more stories here. I was trying to see where I had it. Well, one question I had was, when the last time that you went out and got some basketball shoes, Terrell? Because I had to go get some the other day, and as usual, I just look for some that fit and will work, maybe last me 2 years, but they're never the most expensive. So I ended up getting Damian Lillard's because they were They were affordable, well priced. This coming off my Ja Morant's, which worked out well enough. But they were also affordable because of Ja Morant. I started to realize I just kind of I'm at the lower end. I take the deals that are there. I don't know if Damian Lillard's shoes are priced lower because he hasn't played. I think part of it is, as I was reading into it a little bit more, was just his that was kind of his goal going in when making a shoe, was to kind of make it a more affordable brand. But of course, he hasn't played. He did win the 3-point contest this past year, but it's kind of fun going through my lineage. I remember when I was in high school, I wore Allen Iverson's and Tracy McGrady's, and now, I've been through LeBron James, and unfortunately, for a while, there wasn't as big of a selection. I had to get some Kevin Durant's. I wasn't too happy about that. Wore some Kyrie Irving's at one point in time, but here I am now on Damian Lillard's. Did you ever buy shoes for the player?
Some Bo Jacksons.
Bought some Bo Jacksons back in the day.
Those are the best. Have you seen those Bo Jacksons? They're like the black and white ones, silver and black, like the Raiders ones. Those are the best ones. Silver and black ones, Bo Jacksons. Those are the best ones.
And were those for just for sports, or just to wear?
No, just to wear.
Just to wear in general. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Did you ever get those Starberries? Remember when Stephon Marbury had like $13 sneakers or whatever they were?
No.
Yeah, I never got any of those. Yeah, I don't think I did either. But it is always fun to reminisce on the shoes he had. I was having this discussion with my friend the other day. He started breaking out all the Air Jordans he had and over the years. But I just play enough basketball. I go through them. I got to get some new ones. So now I'm a Damian Lillard guy. But again, my secret is out. I'll usually choose one of the cheapest options.
So, Bock, they got the Bo Jackson trainers on here. And guess how much they cost?
See, I have heard of those. I don't know, 150?
1,000.
1,000. Yeah, that's a little higher than I would have thought.
Yeah.
Are those like originals from back in the day then? At this point?
Yeah, they should be.
Yeah.
And I used to have a pair of these. I used to love Bo Jacksons, man. They was some real good shoes. Felt comfortable. I used to wear a Raiders jersey with it.
Nice. Yeah. Get the full attire going. Cupsker off the text line says, I got some Giannis Antetokounmpo shows. They are awesome. I had some of those too. But those didn't last long for me. So good luck with your Giannis's. So we'll see how it goes. Always fun. But I thought it was funny because Kenny Wilhite was in earlier talking about how he never wore a jersey of another man. But shoes, I don't know. I mean, you could obviously go with one that's not branded, but you don't have much of a choice.
Yeah. Kenny doesn't like, he just wears Wilhite on the back of his.
Some Wilhite.
Yeah. 93.7 The Ticket. Bock The Blackshirt is officially over. Stay tuned for Austin Oman and Jay Foreman with Old School here on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll catch you Monday.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and warm. An afternoon high near 71. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, below around 31. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and cooler. An afternoon high near 54. I'm meteorologist Kyle Bucket for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.